Hello cuties, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today, and it's been a little while since I've done a sit down with you guys, so I thought I'd catch you up and tell you where I am with my health journey. As you might have seen from my thumbnail, I lost 100 pounds and I'm so excited about it. I can't believe I'm here saying this, but it's been an incredible journey. It's been a slow one for sure, but I've gotten here, so I'm excited to share all the details of what I do to lose 100 pounds. And I am 60. I just turned 60 in February, so I'm not a young person with a high metabolism, so I knew it would take a while. I'm going to share what I've done to lose 100 pounds, so I hope you stick around. So the first and most important, biggest thing I've done is follow certain macros. And I do track calories, I track protein, and I track fiber on MyFitnessPal, which I know I've shared with you guys before, but it really makes a difference. And I know there are people out there who don't track and still have success, but for me, I need to track. And it might be kind of annoying to have to track, but it's become such a habit for me that I'm so used to it that I am able to do it without too much thought during the day. So let's talk about those macros. So I put in MyFitnessPal 1,269 calories per day, less than 50 grams of net carbs. I put the 50 in, but sometimes I shoot for less, depending. Sometimes I get more in, so I try to alternate that, but yeah. So I get at least 21 grams of fiber. Sometimes I go over that, and 130 grams of protein, more or less, most of the time about that. Sometimes I get a little bit less, sometimes I get a little bit more. So it all works out. And to me, you wouldn't know how close you are to those goals without tracking. I mean, if you eat the same thing every day, you probably have an idea of how many protein grams and all of that. But for me, I need exact numbers, which is so ridiculous, but it works out. I also wanted to share, I'm not wearing makeup today again because my eyes healed. They've been healed for a while. And then I used this stuff that I had just a little bit left of, and it seems to wreak havoc on my eyes. So I'm back to not wearing makeup. Okay, so the next biggest thing is getting in NEAT almost every day. So NEAT means non-exercise activity thermogenesis, something like that. And to me, it just means getting at least 10,000 steps in a day, which I do, except for Sundays. I take Sunday off in all activities, and I give myself kind of a break from being exactly perfect in my macros. Sometimes I am right on point. So what I do to get NEAT exercise is I walk 10,000 steps, which I check on my Fitbit. And for actual exercise, I do walking videos or cardio right before I do weights 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I've been doing weights for, I think in my journal, it said 145 or 47 weeks. I had to take a break for a little while, but then I got back into it. So yeah, I've been doing that consistently for a while. I did have to go back at one point and start a little lower on the weights, but then I'm increasing them now. So I'm really excited about that. And I have seen some muscle, especially my arms and my thighs, which is shocking for me anyway. So that's exciting. The other exercise I do is Pilates. I do that once a week on Saturday. And then come in May, I'm going to take a yoga class at my library. And that's because that's all they're offering in May. So I'm going to take advantage of it. It's just once a week and it's for an hour, I think. So I'm going to do that to add on to my exercise. And I do one more thing. It's called lymphatic workout. Now I just do a 5 or 6 minute session each morning. I try to get it in. Sometimes it's 5 or 6 days a week. But it's just kind of getting your lymphatic system moving along. And I followed this one woman, and usually her husband's in the video too. So I'll link that below because it's really good and it just kind of wakes you up and gets you motivated to work out. So yeah, it's simple things like moving your arms up and down and jumping up and down and things like that. But you'll see if you click on it that it's so easy. It's not difficult or anything. And I wanted to talk about some non-exercise things that I do every day, and that's meditation. I do a 5 or 10 minute meditation every single morning, except for Sundays. Sunday's kind of like a rest day for me, really. So I don't usually do it on Sunday, but I also journal. I don't do that every day, but I try to get it in once a week or so. So it just helps when you're frustrated, upset, or happy. You just write a few things down for yourself to reflect. It gets you through when you're struggling, especially maybe weight training or getting in your walks. But the weather has turned here on Long Island. The last few days, it's been absolutely gorgeous. And I went for a walk at this park that my dad and I used to walk at with my friend, and it was so beautiful. All the daffodils were out, and it was so gorgeous just to get out. And I really felt like my outdoor walking really improved since last year. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so I just wanted to talk a little bit just about my future goals, I guess you could say. So I put a goal of losing another 10 pounds by Juneteenth, which I think is around the 19th of June, but another 10 pounds. I lose very slowly, as you guys know, so I don't want to put it too strict, but I need to keep going with all my habits and all the eating especially. And also I want to look for a Zumba class, and I'm hoping they have them at my library this summer because I love the girl who teaches them, and they had to take a break from that because they were doing construction on a room where we do Zumba, but I loved it. And I can't really afford to pay for Zumba, so I want a free class at my library. I'm really hoping for it in June or July, so keep your fingers crossed for that. I want to explore some outdoor places to walk. I know that I can walk from Field 5 at Robert Moses to the lighthouse, which I like to do a couple times in the month. I don't go every day because sometimes it is so crowded. Sometimes it's really hot, but I would like to do that. I would like to just explore a few more of the state parks because I have the state pass for that. And of course, go to my old park that I go to all the time, or used to, with my dad. So I'm going to do that. And I might consider bike riding, trying it again this year. I never got to it the last couple of years. I have to see how my bike is working. It might have rusted out. I mean, it's in my garage hanging up, but we're hoping that it'll be good. And if I think about bike riding, I might try and do the stationary bike in the gym just to get my legs used to riding the bike again. I'm sure my legs are stronger than they used to be, so I know it'll work out. But I just have to get the courage up to do it this year. So that's kind of a little bit of a goal, but I don't set a time frame on that one, but we'll see. Okay, so I think that's about it. That's really all I do, and I stay consistent. That's the other thing. You have to be consistent with your workouts and eating just to see any kind of movement. Sometimes my weight goes up and down, which is frustrating, but it happens, and It's usually a few ounces, half a pound here and there, but then it comes off in a couple of weeks. So consistency is definitely the key for sure. So I hope you like this video. I hope I explained enough. I mean, there isn't much else I'm doing except to wrap it up. I'm trying to stay active and keep up with my diet. I do get a good amount of fiber, and I wanted to share with you guys, I forgot about this, that if you get a low carb wrap or a tortilla from Mission, that has a lot of fiber in it, and they're so delicious. They taste like regular ones. I mean, I even make them for my husband, and he doesn't notice the difference. I tell him what it is, but he doesn't care. He doesn't notice the difference, and it gets you a lot of fiber. So keep that in mind. But if you like this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. I hope you subscribe if you're not already. And have a great day, everyone, and get out there and walk.